I usually don't do this. I'm going to start off the show.
By preparing?
No, by shitting on one of our viewers.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm sorry. You said that the Freak doesn't like our theme song.
Freak did say that directly to me, that he did not like. He said maybe it's time for an upgrade on the theme song.
No, it's not time for an upgrade.
I think it's a rock star of an open.
Yeah, it gets me amped. It gets me going. It gets me.
I love that.
It gets the juices flowing.
I don't care about your juices.
Creative juices.
Better said. But I appreciate the fact that he was willing to tell me that. Give me a little feedback.
Uh-huh.
But I told him he's wrong.
First of all, do you know how much willpower it took me to not press the button when I said juices flowing?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So that was for you.
That was for you. That's the only one I get today, right? Everybody gets one.
No,
like
you know what? We're
Spider-Man.
not going to use it. We're not going to use the soundboard in protest of Freak. What are you leaning back? Did you fart? Did you just fart on air?
I burped. I burped.
Okay, I appreciate it.
I was not burping into the mic. Good Lord, it doesn't have to be a fart every time.
Well, it does. Typically, when someone like leans over, like in this, like
I'm not used to the camera thing. Usually, when I would have to burp, I'd go over here and do something like that,
See,
and then come back.
But here's the problem: when you lean over, the chair that you have, it makes. Yeah, a little
farty sound.
Little footsie. I love the song so much so.
I thought you were going to say, I love flatulence. That's what I thought you were going to say.
I mean, we could go there. If you want to go there, we can certainly
First
go
off,
there.
everyone loves their own brand. That's a different story.
Yes.
But it's fun to poof a little.
Man, I want to talk more about that everyone loves their own brand, but whenever we start the show with fart humor,
The listenership drops down.
well, there's nowhere to go, but
the bar is low.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, you were saying.
I don't even know what I was saying. I think we need to hear that one more time.
I think
Yeah, because
it's good.
okay, so I like that part. I really like that part. And then I like this part.
I love that part.
And then there's that, and then
there's
yeah.
Right
So
there.
I mean, yeah. So I don't know. Challenge: if you don't like the theme song, make us a new one.
We'll test them out.
Yeah.
It's got to do better for us to consider it. But I don't know. I think we went through this back in season 1. I was making different theme songs for opening to the show.
I don't know if you were making them. You were downloading different stock music.
I was still playing around with that stock music.
Yeah.
I was taking a broth base, if you will. I didn't create my own broth, but I started with something and I doctored a little bit.
I don't want to know about you, your broth, or your doctors. Any of that. Anything from that sentence, we gotta keep out of the show.
I was just saying, is an analogy
Yeah.
that I started with some basic broth, that I bought the broth from the supermarket, and I doctored it to create that.
You add a little bit of salt to it. A little seasoning.
That's more than a little salt.
No, this is good.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the stuff you did in
and-
season 1. You were talking about the stuff you did in season 1, which was just like, this week we're gonna do a wrestling theme. This week there were some home runs. There were some ground ball double plays.
Wow.
Some cans of corn, if you will.
You know, you like
But there
to
were some good
poo.
ones. Some of them were good. Some of them were not so good. I'm sorry. Everything you do is not great 100%. I know you think your farts don't stink.
No, they do.
As you said earlier.
Oh, they do.
Yes, you're right. They do. But you still like the smell of them. I think
You like yours.
They're handed. You know, I had one yesterday that was not great, and I texted you about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I might have ignored that.
It says, my ass is lethal.
Oh.
And then you sent me that picture in response. So, yeah.
You did. I do recall that now.
Yeah. So, but you know what I hate as much as Freak hates the theme song of the show?
What?
I hate Lego kits. Okay. So it's Christmas season. There's a
Right.
lot of gifts out there.
Right.
Whatever happened to just buying a bucket of Legos and being imaginative?
I agree with you, and they're an adult thing now.
Adults
Adults like doing the kits.
I
It's
know.
like model cars.
Right, but here's the thing. I love the model cars. I think there's an artistry to them.
Sure.
With the decals and the glue and
Sure.
the putting the things with the things and putting it all together.
Putting the things
and then
with
it
the
displays nicely because it's a model that actually looks like something,
Yeah.
right? These Lego kits with the most like crazy instruction booklets. Like I'm talking hundreds of pages.
I
some
couldn't
of them.
do them.
The Millennium Falcon one, for example. Have you seen that Lego? kit?
And that's what, like $1,200
And
or
it's
something?
like the size of this table. It's like the width of this table.
It's massive.
It's so expensive. It's Lego.
Yeah.
I am just not a fan of the Lego kits.
Have you seen the reel that's gone viral with the kid and his dad finish the X-Wing?
I
He's
have,
like,
yeah,
He runs
yeah.
in the other room for his mom, and he falls, and it shatters everywhere.
And here's the problem. With these Lego kits, you miss one piece that's this big,
Yeah.
whole thing is bupkis.
Done.
It's trash.
Nothing.
Especially ones that have moving parts. So
Yeah.
there's a diner that we go to that's near my house, and the kid of the owners loves doing these Lego kits. It's like a museum of Lego kits,
Oh,
right?
boy.
And like I get it. Like there's the Eiffel Tower and the Roman Colosseum type ones, and there's the Sanderson sisters' house from Hocus Pocus and the
Okay.
Star Wars ones, and there's so many of them. But I just feel like I'm gonna sound so back in my day, kind of like you do often.
Back in my day.
It's just brilliant. I love how you say that. So I just feel like so much of the creativity is lacking.
It
Like
is.
we used to build houses and like we used to build like Star Trek and Star Wars ships
Did
from
you, though?
Lego pieces. Yes, from Lego pieces.
See, I always had the bucket of Legos, and I was a pretty imaginative kid.
Which is what I'm saying. That's what we had. Yeah.
But I got pretty bored once it was like a 2-foot tall wall, and I was like, I'm building a castle. Mm-hmm. Put a 4-sided tower, and I made that. That's as much as I would ever get to.
Yeah. I'll never forget. We once made a giant Star Destroyer out of a bucket of Lego. There was like multiple buckets of Legos. We made a giant Star Destroyer only so that we could throw it off my friend's deck and watch it explode down below.
That's kind of fun.
It was pretty good. It was the whole triangle piece. It got wider as it went. It had the shield generator bubbles with the whole bridge on the top of it.
Wow.
It was legit without being a kit. I just made up a rhyme.
Okay.
So as Santa Claus, I'm breaking the wall. I'm breaking the wall right now. You're Santa Claus. I don't know if people know this about you. I don't know if people know this, but you are Santa Claus.
I am. I don't play. I don't throw on a
No,
set.
you are.
I
You
am.
are Santa. Absolutely. You get a lot of lists, right?
I check them twice.
And a lot of them have Pokemon Lego or something Star Wars Lego.
A lot of Star Wars Legos.
Right.
Yeah.
Does anyone ever still just ask for I want Legos? Like generically? Not even
They start
kit.
to. They start to, and I go, really? You want Legos? Yeah. I want the Harry Potter kit. Like, it's always...
It's got to be a kit. It's always a kit.
Yeah.
I don't
There's
like
no such
it.
thing as a bucket of Legos anymore.
You can get
No,
them.
I'm saying what
I'm
the
sure.
kids ask for. They don't ask for them like that anymore.
It's out of all the things that can stunt someone's intellectual and creative growth at a young age, it's being given an instruction booklet with Legos instead of just a bucket of Legos, an imagination.
Go to town.
Go to town.
Do your kids like Legos?
They do like Legos.
Do they create, or they had kits at all?
So the kits, when they come in, it's Daddy build this for me.
Oh,
They don't. They have no interest in following directions.
They're
right.
your kids.
Exactly. But they will take the pieces and create other things. Now, here's the other inherent problem with the kits. There's a lot of like parts that are proprietary, right? Like specific like antenna or laser to this speed racer, whatever.
And you can't just pop it onto another Lego set somewhere else.
I mean, theoretically, I guess it could fit, but now there's a lot of how you say pulls into holes.
Wow.
Like there's like, put this in this, and then it spins a turbine.
I see what you're doing. Yeah.
This.
I see. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If I put the fingers up, can you see it better? So there are some parts that can work, but it's really hard with a lot of these kit parts. Like she got Diana last year a lot of Minecraft ones.
Okay.
And it's cool because there's also a lot of like colors and translucent ones that don't just come in the like there's like see-through blue ones like ice blocks, which don't just come in the regular bucket of Legos. And you can use those. But all things considered, I think they had more fun with just the generic box of stuff. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just curious. I mean, with your hatred for the box sets, it'll be funny to me when the kids get older and they're like, I want this box set. I want this Lego set.
Well, see, I'm all about Diana doesn't know it yet, but Santa got her a RC car, but it's like something that you build, like the engine. It's level 1 or level 2. It's
Daddy
low.
build this?
No, I'm not building that. She's gonna love putting that thing together.
Okay.
I think the Legos kits, it's boring.
Yeah.
I think
It's busy work.
It's busy work.
I think it's busy work.
That's a good way to phrase it. Yeah.
But I will tell you, my nephew, who is 20 years old now, still loves doing them. The adult sets. It's like doing a puzzle. It's an enjoyment he grew up with that he still likes. I equate it to you and I wanting to play Atari.
But there's one big difference between a puzzle and these Lego sets.
What's that?
A puzzle is, here's the picture, figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out for yourself, right? If there's a box and it's like, here's a bunch of parts, go build me the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah, but you've seen how intricate that is, so it takes a good chunk of time to make these things.
It does, and great if that's your hobby. I'm more of a model.
I think
guy.
I think the difference is these sets for the intricate things should be for a higher age group once you get to a certain point. I think the little kids should always have the creativity and the other piece of that. This feels very serious today. I don't know what it is. This is very serious.
We started with farting, and no, what's serious about it?
I heard bad news this morning.
Good segue. Go on.
I guess coming this spring will be the official
End of Curb Your Enthusiasm?
final
Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah.
That's your bad news?
Yeah.
That's not bad news.
No, it's an end of an era.
It is. It's not bad news. We get
That's
another
sad.
season. We get another season of Curb
We
Your
do get
Enthusiasm.
one more season.
Yeah.
Where do you put that off the top of your head? And if Rein changes day to day, where does Curb fit amongst your greats?
Like favorite TV shows?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be. I mean, I might, off the top of my head, I might just put it top 5. I might. Yeah, I might say it's top 5.
It's a solid show.
It's definitely top 10. 1,000% is top 10.
I will agree with that.
Top 5 comedies of all time.
Top
absolutely.
5 comedies it might be.
Because The Office and Seinfeld are up there, right? Sopranos is up there. I know we've had this conversation.
Yeah,
before,
we did a whole show on it.
I could theoretically see. I mean, look, we were talking last week about improv, right?
Yeah.
That is the best improv of all time. Is Curb Your Enthusiasm.
It's great.
It is hilarious. Always.
The best quote I heard from Larry David about this coming out. He said he is so excited for it because now he can drop this Larry David persona and go be his cheerful, chipper, normal self.
It is literally him on the show. That is wrong.
That's why that was hysterical.
That
Him
is
saying
wrong.
that cracked me up.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to be all positive and happy and chipper, and I get to be myself for the first time in 20 years.
No, that's not going to be it. No, I love Curb. It's absolutely amazing show. It's sad that it's going to end, but I mentioned a show or two ago about how it's been going on for 20 plus years now.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and the seasons were spaced out. It's every season has like the perfect arc to it. The episodes have a perfect arc unto themselves, and then they all fit within an amazing season arc. From a storytelling standpoint, it's absolutely immaculate, and the fact that it's improv makes it even that much more impressive.
It's like a great puzzle.
It is.
We're back to that. Now, I want to tie something in with this.
Okay.
And this is where you give me a hard time of not bringing enough to the table sometimes. And I actually thought about this.
I don't know.
After I heard
It looks
that
like you're
today.
bringing a lot to the table today. I was talking about the iced teas. I'm talking about the iced teas.
Oh, okay, good.
Talking about the iced teas.
Um,
Thank you for the
You're welcome.
the tea,
I
yes.
love stopping for the tea. So I started thinking about these great shows. When we talk about the all-time great shows, we never mention the classics amongst the all-time greats, right? You look at, I mean, granted, you love The Simpsons and Married with Children, but we don't get back to the old MASH, Cheers.
We did a whole bracket.
No, some of these shows that you always mention are newer shows. Now, we did our bracket, and we tied them up. Look, we tied off different shows and different bundles and whatever.
Yeah.
But it's tough to compare an edgier new show to those who had more constraints to them back in the day. A MASH, a Cheers were amazing shows, and everybody watched them, and it was a different thing at that point, too. Bob Newhart. Amazing series.
Different constraints because you can't send Alice to the moon anymore, right?
Great point. Great point.
Married with Children you can't put on TV anymore.
But one of the things for you as a filmmaker would respect is the quality of watching Married with Children even, which isn't as old as a MASH or a Cheers or a Leave It to Beaver. Any of these shows, as you go back, the optics of it, right?
Yeah.
Cheers was on earlier, that's all. It's not in higher definition, right?
Correct.
So, and now, obviously, reboots don't work with some of those old TV shows. They've tried with some of it. It doesn't work.
Oh, man, the Get Smart reboot was one of the worst things of all time.
I mean, there is...
I love Get Smart.
And by the way, there is a 4th installment of Beverly Hills Cop coming out.
Oh, I did see that. I can't wait.
That's going to be exciting.
I can't wait, yeah.
But just the visuals make it tougher, right? The visuals of those shows, some people, like newer audiences, are going to be like, it doesn't look as good, right? Because it's older film.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the aesthetic is definitely part of the beauty of all these shows.
How would you feel if somebody took, let's say, MASH, a show that we both really enjoyed?
Yes.
If they took MASH, because most of that cast is gone now.
Yes.
What if they did it with AI and used the same voice and some of that so they could punch in different camera angles and make them look different? And how would you feel about that if somebody did something? I haven't heard anything about it. But this was running through my head this morning as I was thinking about Curb. This is where my whole mind went.
Yeah.
To AI MASH.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Fuck no.
I'm just saying, hear me out. You could see a lot more could be done. It's still the same vocal performance from that actor. And you get to see young Alan Alda again with all his antics as Hawkeye. You'd be adamantly against it.
Fuck young Alan Alda. That's what I have to say.
Wow, no. Alan Alda was Alan. We love you, young or old.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
I love Alan Alda. I hope he comes on the show one day. That would be
Not
amazing.
now. Yeah.
No, I think so. Yeah, you can get an approximate likeness and an approximate voice, and as technology improves, they're going to be very close. You're missing out on what they bring to the table as an artist. You're not going to be able to. I mean, there's very few. Like, okay, you could probably get a decent approximation from I Love Lucy AI because it's not a very deep premise or performances.
It's not a deep burn.
It's just it's very I Love Lucy. It's on the surface level. It's the same. I mean, granted, Lucille Ball's performances were great. Desi was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I feel like those could be replicated, like that whole little whine, like that thing. You can replicate that.
People have tried. It doesn't work.
I think a computer could possibly do it. Think of the last scene of Cheers when Sam is closing the bar and there's that knock on the door and sorry we're closed. Right? It was such a complex performance, even though it was just a few words. The emotion of it being the end of the show. Also, a throwback to the beginning of the show, right? Same way Seinfeld did it.
Right.
I just think that a computer could not replicate Ted Danson's performance from that. And we're talking about sitcoms. So as you would get even deeper, I would love another season of Sopranos, even though Tony is dead because he died in that last episode. Mm-hmm. You know it. I know it. Yeah. You know it. He's dead. You're not getting anywhere close to any of those performances from a computer.
I don't disagree.
So I don't have any interest in even trying to see it. There's that human factor, that artistic factor that's not there.
My question, I think, on this is, will it happen?
Yeah, it's going to happen. It already has started. There's some stream on Twitch that was set up. Now, granted, it's not like a realistic representation, but it is a never-ending episode of Seinfeld, which Seinfeld, as you know, has so much potential to just be a never-ending episode.
Right.
The computer, after it started, it started all right. It started as something I could be like, yeah, I could see this being a Seinfeld conversation. The computer, in its own infinite wisdom, turned the show into just a loop of nonsense that just lost any entertainment value. And it's because the computer is learning and progressing and evolving.
It will evolve, and that's the thing. So in 20 years, when a 20-year-old kid who's never heard of MASH before and this thing comes out, it might have legs. Are you going to be the grumpy old guy going, no, don't do that?
There's also the name, image, and likeness conversation to have. For Star Wars, the estate that owned the likeness of General Tarkin allowed that to happen, right?
Right.
On the flip side, there were some commercials that someone used an AI Tom Hanks. He did not give permission. Okay. So there's that whole thing too. And that was one of the huge reasons why the Screen Actors Guild was striking for so many months this year, because of the AI component. Like, it's so easy. I could so easily go out there, spend a few bucks, and get an AI anything. AI Santa Claus if I wanted to, right?
Sure.
Now. There's stuff that Santa brings to the table,
right,
that a computer is not going to be able to generate.
Correct. But some people don't care about that level.
Well, see, that's the thing. Those people are soulless cretins.
Welcome to today's world.
Yes. Those people think lip syncing to somebody else lip syncing is entertaining.
Again, personal preference. So I have another bit of good news to share with the people.
Is it about the people who find lip syncing on TikTok along with other people lip syncing on TikTok?
It's people who enjoy solid entertainment.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
There is now a release date for Candlewood, the film that you directed.
There is. But
I'd love for you to talk about that on the show.
I will in a moment. But you actually think people who enjoy solid entertainment are watching us right now?
Some enjoy all spectrums because the bar is low.
I did get a text message the other day, shout out to you, Megan, saying I'm listening to my new favorite podcast.
Oh,
while she was cooking
thanks,
her dinner.
Megan.
Yeah.
Do I know Megan?
Makeup artist, Megan.
Oh, hey, Megan.
Yeah.
The dog.
Yeah. Bean.
Bean.
Love Bean. Bean is in Candlewood.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Bean is your marker for your films.
Absolutely.
He is.
Yes.
I'm not. But I'm in my share.
You're in 2 of them.
I'm in a fair share.
Plus a third one that if you can go out there and find it on the internet, I implore you to do it.
Please don't.
Once you are no longer an elected official, the privacy comes off on that one.
Let's shift gears.
Okay. Candlewood. Yeah. Sneak peek of Candlewood. Mm-hmm. Playing at our local theater, which is literally right behind me.
Right.
2 years in the making for me, getting this movie out.
Would you be so kind for our listeners to show a quick clip on here?
Oh,
in the middle of our show?
Like I was on Letterman?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I have permission
to want me to do a Letterman thing?
Yeah, do a Letterman thing.
With the beard and the glasses,
you kind of look like...
I've been told... I don't know if I told you.
What? Someone said you look like Letterman?
During the pandemic, I went to Costco.
Oh.
And I had the mask on, and the beard was under the mask, and I had a baseball cap on and glasses, and then went up and somebody went to look for something for me.
And they thought you were Letterman?
Membership, and there was one guy behind the counter who kept going,
thinking that you were Letterman,
nodding like he was so excited, and then the girl he's with starts laughing. She's like, no. And she comes over and she's laughing. I said, what's going on? She's like, nothing. It's fine. And he walked over and he goes, I want to apologize. She told me that you did her wedding, that you officiated her wedding, and I thought you were David Letterman. I said, really? He goes, well, I know he's a customer here because David Letterman lives fairly close to where we live.
Yeah, but he's a couple inches shorter than you.
And he does go to Costco. So this, it's kind of, I'm like, I'll take it. I get it. I'm an old man. I have a white beard. No, I'm not him. No. That was as close as I got for you.
It wasn't even that good. You are very good at some impressions. Your Letterman is
not.
Yeah,
Letterman, I haven't done or touched the Letterman impression in a long time. Don't give me that look. When you don't touch an impression for a long time, it goes away a little bit, and you gotta... No, some of the voices
I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do.
I can't get to it today.
The inflection is there. The voice is not. That's what it is.
The tone was actually there, and it was there, but I'm going to leave that because I got to work on it. I'll bring it back at some point. Let me work on it on my own.
So Dave me, because we got to do this. Yeah.
Yes, we got this clip.
That was okay. So that was way more Leno without the Leno voice.
Yeah, well, Leno is more like we got this this a clip here. That was almost Cliff Clavin. We haven't dipped into impressions bag in a while, and those are 3 that have not been asked for before on this show. It's a little known fact there, Nami. Candlewood was shot right here in the Milford.
I think we're going to avoid any more impressions today.
Oh,
but here's the clip.
Maybe no one's home.
Someone's got to be here. Let's go around back.
Hello?
Dude, it's a great movie. I'm looking forward to. I'm excited
It's
for
cool.
the trailer.
Yeah.
I have not seen it. You haven't allowed me to put my eyeballs on it.
Here's the thing. It's not that I don't want you to watch it, but I kind of want people to be able to enjoy the premiere, which you are going to, experience it for the first time as a collective. It's going to be a fun premiere night, If you want to see the movie, I'll show it to you ahead of time. If you really wanted to.
I'm indifferent. I would love to see it. Don't get me wrong. But I also understand the waiting for the moment. But I also know when it's a public gathering to watch something, like going to the bar to watch a football game. I can't enjoy it as much as I can if I'm watching it at home on my couch.
Right.
So,
Right.
like
I
going
thought you were going to be like, if I go to the football game, it's not as enjoyable if I know the result because it's already predetermined. Thought that's where you were going with it.
Yeah, if there's going to be 70 points scored or something,
Yeah.
I would like to know that in advance. That'd be a great superpower.
Oh, I mean, if it ever since Back to the Future did, it's like the one thing that I always wish if I could just have that almanac and travel back in time. Everything's different.
Everything is.
Everything's different.
And you die a lot quicker.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm sure.
From the drugs and alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Speaking of drugs and alcohol, I think this is a perfect segue into our next segment, if you will.
Oh, we have a segment?
We have a segment. So you're a Connecticut guy.
Yes.
Right. You know about my favorite. Do you know what my favorite sandwich in the state is?
Favorite sandwich in this state?
In this great state of Connecticut, what is my favorite sandwich? Including the restaurant that makes it. Like, I want specific.
Well, like if you're going to get a Katz's Deli pastrami, that's kind of thing you're looking for in New York. And not that Katz would be your favorite, but just as a reference.
Katz is good. I had a friend who tried to go and get breakfast at Katz and did not realize it's not that kind of deli.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So we're talking a local place.
Connecticut establishment.
So it's got to be fairly close for you to want to go to. You're not going to drive to...
Takes an hour and a half to drive across the state, maybe 2 hours.
Are you going to drive there for a sandwich?
If it's good enough, I'll drive to Mashantucket or Woodstock or what's the northwest corner there? Sharon, I guess. That's up there.
I don't know this answer.
You don't know the answer.
I don't know this answer, and I don't know if it'll ring a bell when you tell me.
I thought you knew the answer. Because you were so close.
Your voice...
You were right there. You were right there.
All right. Where was I?
Instead of Katz, Rein's Deli, pastrami,
See,
Rachel.
You
were so close.
No, I had that in my head, and I have to tell you, and this is going to upset you.
Oh, you don't like it?
I was disappointed with it.
Oh, no.
It was okay.
Did you have the Rachel?
I was. You know what?
How'd you have it?
It was the hype.
How'd you have it?
As done.
Was it the fresa?
Do you want me to?
Was it the fresser? Was it the sandwich?
This is a couple years ago. It was a sandwich. I'm not going to give you all the details.
Got to get the fresser.
regardless.
Got to get a pound of meat on that Sammy.
But if I were to put it in, I hate to do this on our show too, but if I were to put it in Portnoy standards, 7-1.
7-1's a good sandwich.
It's good.
7-1's a good sandwich.
It's not, wow,
so
crushing it.
You get the half pastrami, half corned beef. Not that lean cut nonsense.
No.
You need to have that fatty on there.
Yeah.
You do the Rachel, which is the coleslaw,
Right.
with the I'm sorry, Ron just popped in my head because I'm like, we're talking about food, and Ron hates that. But you know what?
Get over it, Ron.
Freak hates our song, and he just listened to it thrice.
It almost didn't go.
There's a delay on it. So, yeah, and you get that. You got to get the fresser with like the pound of meat on there. The Russian dressing you got to have on there. You have to have the full sour pickle. Not the half sour, not the sweet. You got to get a full sour ass pickle with
it is a drive, and that's why I asked you that, because I knew you liked the place.
It's a schlep.
It is a schlep.
It's a schlep.
It's a bit of a schlep.
Just a little
But I don't, it's not worth it to me. That drive, if I was going by there and it was one of the options, I would consider it as an option. It's good.
Yeah.
It's not like, I got to get one of these Sammys.
I don't drive past ever.
Yeah.
I get off.
Apparently.
On that sandwich. Actually, for that sandwich. But so Rein's Deli is fantastic, right? So I was up there. I was driving past. I gotta get one. Driving by.
Well, you go up that way for your footy, right? You go up that.
I support the team in Hartford. Sure.
Right.
I go up to Boston because I love some teams that are up there. I got family up in Worcester. So yeah.
Okay.
I got a lot of reasons to drive by Vernon.
Yeah.
If I'm in Hartford, I'll pop up. It's maybe like 20 minutes north.
Yeah, that's to me. I'm in Hartford all the time. I would not drive 20 minutes out of my way. It's a 40-minute round trip.
We will have to take a road trip up there. I will order it as it should be,
because you are the judge of all foods that everyone should enjoy.
No, I just know the right way to make it, the right way to ask for it.
Why don't you make it here the way they make it there? What do they do different?
I might do that. But I got to go up there and get their pastrami. Their pastrami is so good. Take the entire sandwich away and just just feed yourself
I love
a
pastrami.
trough of pastrami from there.
I love pastrami.
It's so good. You can't get pastrami that good.
And corned beef.
You got to go to Hartsdale maybe to get the good. Yeah, the corned beef is good. You can't get it around here. You cannot get pastrami that good around here. But so last time I was up there, and it is a Connecticut institution. The last time I was up there, they had a whole line of like new products, because with COVID they reduced the size of their dining room and increased the takeout area, including a bunch more fridges and freezers and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to go up and get some kugel, they got some good kugel. Their kugel's really good. Do you even know what kugel is?
Nope.
Oh, we're gonna kugel you up. They had one product though, and it's not the kugel, but what out of all things is Rein's most known for as a Connecticut institution?
I thought it was just the sandwich.
It's the pickles. The pickles
Is
are
it
the
the
things they are
pickles more?
most known for.
Okay.
To the point where they have a whole wall. Actually, I don't know if they still do, but they used to. It was a wall of children eating pickles with smiling faces. They were called the pickle pusses.
Okay.
Right, because there's
Could
pickle
you
on
make
your
a pickle
face.
puss?
Yeah. They had another product, and I don't know how it's going to go, but it's for our first Bar is Low taste test.
Oh.
And we're going to do it right now.
Oh.
Now, I was saving it for a later in the day show because we're recording this in the morning.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
You want to go for it? Great.
Yeah.
So this is what we got.
But I'm hungry, so I'm great for a new product.
Well, it's great that you're hungry. We're drinking this.
Oh.
The Pickle Pilsner.
Oh.
The Pickle Pilsner. A pickle beer.
Okay.
Right? It's something.
Okay.
It's something new.
I'll taste it.
I want to try this. So we have this pickled Pilsner. I brought some cups.
Man, I was all excited that you were like, I have corned beef with me, and pickles.
We'll try this. But look.
Where'd you get that?
So they only sell it at Rein's, and you can only take them to go if you buy food to go. So for every meal you get to go, you can have a beer to go. So it's Rein's Pickled Pills, 5% alcohol, Pilsner, made by the Connecticut Valley Brewing Company.
Okay.
Of whom I don't know. They are not an institution. Rein's is an institution. Just look at those Jews right there.
They're very happy.
The best Jewish deli in the state.
Okay.
Hands down. So we're going to try this. It's Connecticut pickle beer.
Do you think they'd ever consider doing something closer to here?
The barcode's in the shape of Connecticut.
I love that.
That's the coolest thing
love
ever.
That.
There you go. Yeah. That's cool. I like that. So this is going to be interesting. You ready to go? You ready to try this?
I'm ready.
I have been holding on to this.
It.
I bought this November 4th, ready to do a show.
Wow.
But we just keep on doing shows in the morning. So I was like, all right.
Who cares?
So here we go. All right. We got to hear it.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Look at that color, too.
Light color.
It looks like, now, do you want a full cup of beer?
No, I want to taste it
this
first.
hour? Okay. So
I'd like to taste it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to have a full cup of beer.
All right, so we're going to try this. This is our first Bar is Low taste test. Rein's Pickled Pills, a pickle beer from Rein's Deli in Vernon, Connecticut. Mo, salud.
Hey, Rein's.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Salud. No. L'chaim.
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 Did I did it right enough? Did I get you?
Yeah, you got it.
I was making sure.
Yeah.
I'm making sure.
Wow. So here's the thing. I like it. It's very subtle on the pickle. I was expecting to be hit in the face with pickle.
I was too.
What do you think?
It's a good beer. All right. Maybe I wasn't fair with my Rein's sandwich assessment because it's been a couple of years since I've been up there.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it one day.
This is outstanding.
This is outstanding. I've had one other pickled beer. They had it at one of the bars here in town. Okay, it wasn't getting smacked in the face with a pickle. It was like being waterboarded with
dill.
Just pickle juice.
Okay.
Like, have you ever done a pickleback?
Yeah.
As a chaser?
Of course.
Fantastic. I love it.
I'm okay with it. It's not my big thing.
But you can't drink that as a straight pint glass.
No.
Of pickleback.
This is very good.
It's the pickle. Let's finish this. You want some more? Yeah, you do. There you go.
Finish it off.
There it is. All right, good. There you go. Look at us drinking beer in the 9 o'clock hour.
Because we can do that.
It's only adulting. It's one pint. 2 men, 1 pint. Two cups. Luckily, we have 2 cups. We each have our own cup. Because we're not sharing a cup. This has nothing to do with 2 girls, 1 cup. Drink your beer. Just drink your beer. So I'm not gonna do the Barstool rating system. I don't want to take that from them.
I think it's a standard. I've seen other people establish that.
You want to use that as our rating
I like
system?
it because what do you like? A 1 through 5 or 1 through 10, A through F, pass fail. I mean, there's a lot of options there.
I like the 1 through 10 with the halves.
Okay.
Right, because the 8.1 versus an 8.2 versus an 8. That's very granular. Now he's eating so much pizza that
he has no idea anymore.
You can I was going to say you can actually use that system.
I don't know. I think at a certain point, this is my issue with all that. You're eating pizza, cheese pizza every day, all over the place. Some days you're hungry, some days you're not. Some days you've already had pizza for 4 days in a row. You're going to have it again. It's not going to taste as good. There's a lot of things that go into that. So I take it with a grain of salt. I did hear, however, this morning on the news, and I don't remember where, Sally's is going to open up another pizza place.
In Mass. I saw that.
Is it in Mass?
Yeah.
I thought it was another one in Connecticut.
Our friend Pete from Candlewood Valley Country Club.
Candlewood Valley... Wait, no.
Shared it.
Did he really?
On his Facebook.
Huh.
And I was like, there's no way that Sally's a Beats is going to be as good in Massachusetts as Sally's of Beats is going to be in New Haven, because the oven at the OG Sally's of Beats is completely seasoned. It's been seasoned for decades.
And
it's
the water
delicious.
is different.
And the water, I mean, there's a very good chance they're shipping dough up. There's a great chance they're shipping dough up. I know a guy who has a Philly cheesesteak place in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Right by USC, right by the Coliseum. He gets his dough shipped from Philly every day.
Huh.
And then puts it in his oven, and it tastes the same because of the water. But there's that extra level of the seasoning of that oven, which is the same reason why the Frank Pepe's Danbury and Waterbury,
right.
I mean, whatever,
nowhere near the
Waterbury is going to be trash anyway.
Yeah.
But, Frank Pepe's OG is the only good one. This.
You didn't hear that, did you?
Oh, that was
dill-tastic.
that was frothy.
I can see that.
Yeah. Pickle pills, it's a light pickle. I thought it was,
so what is our rating? We're going to go just 1
face.
through 10 with halves?
Well, see, yeah, I think it's 1 through 10 with halves is our rating system. But I do like a Pilsner. I like a Pilsner. I like a Hef. I like an ale. Not really an IPA guy.
Same.
Right. I'm convinced no one actually likes IPAs and that people just say that they do.
No, I think there's people that just like bitter taste because they're bitter people.
It's not it. But this is great. The pickle is it's subtle, but it's there. I love when you take the cup and you're about to take a swig and you breathe in. Just a hint of that dill.
It's very mild. Here's the difference too. A lot of times when you have a beer like this, that's a specialty beer.
Yeah,
you have one.
Yeah,
I can't have more than one. That's just too much to have more than one.
I could drink 6 of these. I could drink 6 of these right now.
I think that happened with we joked about the Busch Light apple, right down at softball. Busch Light apple.
It was trash.
It's so sweet.
But I drank
had one to try, say you had one.
I had I think
I couldn't go more than one.
I drank like 12 of them because you couldn't finish them.
Other people were there.
I had the worst headache.
Yeah,
because of how sweet it was. Yeah,
I could have several of.
I'm gonna go. I think this is an 8.5.
I would sit at a solid 8.
I'm giving it an 8.5.
8.5 is a little high.
The only reason
it's really good.
It's
don't get me wrong.
An 8.5 over an 8 is that barcode in the shape of Connecticut.
I love the barcode.
No, I'm going 8.5. It's a solid beer. This is a great beer. The subtlety of the pickle, fantastic. 8.5 all day. That's where I'm going.
I think you need this T-shirt to wear on the show. I mean, you have a great shirt today, but you need this as a T-shirt on the show.
Yeah, I do.
I'm assuming you have one.
No, I don't have a Rein's Deli T-shirt.
Really?
I don't have one. No, I don't have one. So there you have it. Look, this was a great show, and I'm glad we finally got to do our first taste test segment.
Yeah, Kevin Smith, come on the show.
Kevin Smith needs to come on the show. I love this segment. Ron hates this segment, so we're going to keep on doing this segment.
Great.
Cool.
And that's if Ron is even still watching, listening. But others will, and you should drop us either a call at the number below.
Oh, God.
Or drop us a DM on the socials.
I can't believe we waited so long to tell people that. But the graphic's been up the whole show.
Yeah.
So,
that's why call that.
We don't have to visualize,
No, it's important. It's important to reach out to us. People used to. We used to get calls from Liz all the time.
Yeah. And she hasn't called once this season.
No.
Which is really...
It's odd, but what was her last call? Like a drunken call, wasn't it? That might have been her last call when she got really drunk and called us.
Good night, everybody! This one's for you, freak.
Yay! 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 Yay!
We used
It's empty.
Oh, because we drank it.
No more beer.